scores for Scotland. Romajang stepping away. Stunning work from Bridger. What an individual score this is. Dombrand is in.
Talent aplenty has graced these great leagues, but now future stars are set to shine. Last season was the most thrilling to date, but now it's time for a new crop of talent to grace the field, and in this league, anything could happen. It's time to take your seat. The best leagues in the land are back.
Byfield with a BUCS Super Rugby try for the ages.
And then was a white line seeking missile.
Laura scores towards the line. Sensational score from Romajang.
Wind into gear and drive to the line. And Cardiff are streaking across.
Welcome back, everybody. BUCS Super Rugby is back underway.
Welcome to Cardiff. East of the city, you'll find Clan Rugby playing fields, which tonight plays host to Cardiff University versus Hartpury College. Both these teams are 1 from 2, and at the end of today, they have the opportunity to occupy a top 4 spot. So, whose ambitions are going to be realised? We're about to find out.
Best dressed. There's not many good dressed blokes, to be fair. Best dressed. Billy Moxie. There we go.
Best dressed in the squad. Well, we're not a squad of dressers, to be honest. Probably go Terry Powell.
Gwilym Evans, without a doubt.
Got a few edgy blokes in the team. Definitely Dom Hay.
James Roberts, also known as Chocolate. Chocolate or milkshake.
I do love a pie and mash. Go to a pie and mash store back home. Yeah, nothing beats it. Liquor, mash, the whole lot, vinegar on it.
Could be me, to be fair, I reckon. I'm up there. I have to go myself. Don't want to chuck any boys under the bus. Sweet potato, it's my favourite. Tastes the best.
It's an interesting one because there's a lot of potatoes on the team. Probably a roasty. Love a roasty. The ones you get from Toby Carvery where they're just dripping in gravy. Yeah, they hit the money.
So the story of this game is that both teams come in with completely different histories. You've got Cardiff University, who lost their director of rugby at the beginning of the season and are in a period of total unrest. They're against Hartbury University and Dan Murphy, who's been nurturing a crop of players for near 2 years. This season is their opportunity to have their ambitions realised. So Dan Murphy versus Chris Davis. I spoke to both gentlemen a little bit earlier on about the game ahead. Chris, it's been an interesting opening couple of rounds for Cardiff, having lost your director of rugby in Alan Flowers. You've had to step up. How have you been finding it?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Just trying to sort out what goes on, obviously, in the club, in the university, rugby-wise. I've enjoyed learning what actually goes on behind the scenes. So yeah, it's amazing, really. What this club is very special, and it's been amazing being part of it.
You're 1 from 2, and opportunities make it 2 from 3. But last week, you were at the hands of 50 points to Cardiff Met. How important is it for you to get that season back on track?
Yeah, we don't think we've lost sight of any type of momentum. It was a difficult defeat to take, and especially as a Cardiff clash for these boys as well. The locality and things. So it was difficult to take. 50 points was tough. But there was lots of learning to take place in that game as well, and we hopefully think that we've put things right in the training paddock in the week, and it's up to the boys now to put that right for the game against Hartbury tonight.
You mentioned when we spoke midweek, defence and exit strategy were particular focuses. How do you want to see those play out against Hartbury tonight?
Yeah, I just felt we talk about a lot when we get into the 22 coming away with points. So if we are going to do that, I think we did that reasonably well against Cardiff Met last week. That means obviously we're going to receive a kickoff, so we need to be able to manage that area as well. We didn't do that very well against Cardiff Met, so that's a massive work on for us. We're just hoping to see what we have discussed coming to fruition now in the game.
Good luck out there.
Thank you very much.
Open in the middle of the field. Shot away a goal, it's in. Oh, that is a lovely strike. It's crossed to the hole and one.
Welcome to the University of Nottingham. Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. 114 teams from 25 institutions competing across 16 sports, 6 venues.
Here we go, we are underway.
We're now in for the big one. The championship final is coming your way.
Big game then for both of these two teams. Let's see which way it will go.
Welcome to BUCS TV.
Has a man down the field, open in the middle of the field. There he goes.
Oh, it might go really good. What an excellent goal that is.
Here comes Rogers, chops it and puts it down.
Big strike, and that is in the back of the net. The Fletcher end, 14 points to 10.
They can right foot it all the way in, and that's 1-0.
Wow! Nottingham won it at the death. Gonna go into the end zone again.
But one more time, your champions.
The champions are Nottingham.
The University of Liverpool lift the trophy once again.
What a performance it was today.
Dan, of all the teams in the league, you're probably coming into this season with the most consistency. It's been a rebuild for 2 years, but now what do you want to see from your club?
We want to see the work we've put in over the last 2 years. Like, we've got a lot of boys here that are in their third year of BUCS Super Rugby, a lot of experience. You've got guys like Ollie Holiday, Josiah, Cam Cobbett, guys that have played and experienced these places like this. And it's a great facility here, and it's going to be a tough game. We want to see those guys rise and really shine this evening.
An incredible opportunity for a lot of your BUCS Super Rugby players in that they've been playing against Saracens in the Premiership Rugby Cup. What kind of experience does that give them, and how invaluable is it?
Oh yeah, it's amazing for those guys. Like Owen Randall, our 9, was on the bench against Saracens this weekend, and it's great exposure and experience for these guys. They're playing, and it's showing them that they're not that far away. Like this BUCS Super Rugby League, the players in it, like it's not just us that have guys that play up in that. We've got guys at Bath Uni that are playing at Bath, Exeter do the same, Loughborough do the same. Like this league is an exciting and a powerful league, and these guys are not that far away.
Goal is top 4 at minimum. How do you use these early rounds to kind of work the league table? Where do you want to end up at the end of tonight?
Yeah, but I said at the media day we want to get top 4. To get top 4, you need league points, and when you come away from home, it's about getting that W to start with. We picked up 2 points away at Exeter, got a bonus point last week, and it's about scoring tries, and that's how you get points. That's how you get bonus points. That's how you win games. So we're gonna get out there, play some exciting rugby, good surface, and score some tries, hopefully.
Look forward to seeing it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this annual flagship event, marking the 10-year anniversary since the start of BUCS Nationals, always no shortage of colour, drama, excitement and names to watch out for as university students from across the UK battle for glory and bragging rights.
He is powering his way to the wall. Is he going to be enough?
Things are about to heat up a little bit.
They're all coming back in the closing stages. Oh, what a finish that was. It's a new BUCS record. She will take the goal.
Was it ever in doubt? But they're pretty much neck and neck here on this second leg. So tight, shoulder to shoulder. Trying to get alongside.
Looks like it's between these 4 for the medals.
She's going to bring them home. It's going to be gold.
Shot for shot now, into the finish. Where's this one going to go?
Brunel come home to defend their title.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Especially in here in London. I've chat to all.
Good evening and welcome to Llanrumney, the home of Cardiff University, and for the first time bringing you a BUCS Super Rugby live stream from down at the sports complex here in the Welsh capital. Already enjoyed the Women's National League in action. Edinburgh travelling all the way from north of the border down to the bonus point win against the spirited Cardiff University in their opening season of the Women's National League. Continuing to grow with each match, but we turn our attentions to BUCS Super Rugby and one of the heavyweights in the competition's history. The only team to have ever won a hat-trick of cups, the only team to have ever done the league and cup double, but those times were long ago for Hartpury. They come down to Cardiff with new ambition to take on one of the Welsh sides who went all the way to the semi-finals and were a whisker away from reaching a final at the expense of the eventual champions Exeter. It's Wednesday night, we're under the lights, we're on the stream. It is Cardiff Uni versus Hartpury in BUCS Super Rugby. And if you're new to the product, well, I've got a little taste for you. Here are some highlights from round one, when last time the cameras were in action at Highfields for Nottingham versus Loughborough. A new season is upon us, and we are kicking off with an East Midlands derby at Highfield, where the University of Nottingham take on Loughborough. Hold on to your waterboards. Here we go again, BUCS Super Rugby, the new season has commenced. Connor Moyes with the first of the new campaign. Fast hands, sharp hands from Fergus Dick. And Jensen McNulty finally gets Loughborough across the line. Oh, beautifully worked! The deception is rewarded, and James Bennett slides into the corner. But the turnover is good by Loughborough, and they spot a glint of light down the short side. And Loughborough rejoice as the ball is out. The deal is done, and the victory is theirs. A taste of things to come, and another thrilling season in store, no doubt, across the best leagues in the land. And for the first streamed match down at Clanrumney, Cardiff University are looking to bounce back from the disappointment of a Cardiff clash that went the way of their arch city rivals, Cardiff Met. But they have plenty of muscle to call upon in the forwards. George Shaw, outstanding in the second row, partners Alex Salah, and behind them is a triumvirate of raw power and real talent. Billy Moxey, Captain Gwilym Evans, and try scorer and player of the match, a fresher, believe it or not, Ollie Sterling, wearing the 8 jersey. And if those guys can win sufficient ball, then there's some threats in the back line to unleash. None more so than Edmund Anya, who you may know him as if you're a keen watcher of World Series 7s. He's worn the Kenyan jersey in Cape Town at the Rugby World Cup of Sevens last year. He's been to the Commonwealth Games, and at international 15s level, he has a 100% win record. But now he brings his African stardust to BUCS Super Rugby. But for Hartpury, they've got their own weapons of mass destruction to deploy, and another fresher populates the number 8 jersey for them. Naquan Smith, just 18 years old, currently a member of the Gloucester Academy, brings raw power in the carry. And another individual in the pack is a late addition. It's Tyler Harvey coming in late in the day for Reece Davies. Big night for him at the cold face. In the back line, it's a first start for Hugo Douglas Ventosa, the Spanish 20s international fly half. And the pace, the power, the feet to match that of Eddie Anya is wearing 15 for Hartpury this evening. Corbin Smith, the USA Eagles under 20. He is electric when he gets on the ball. Let's hope we see plenty of counter-attacking ambition from him. So they're the teams, they're the protagonists. I'm Joe Burns, and I've got Cardiff's injured Tom Capel alongside me for the match on co-coms. Not injured for too much longer though, Tom. You're a whisker away from being involved in this match for the first time since February.
Yeah, I was really hoping to play tonight, but you know, it was the rehab, just one more week, won't hurt. So I'm looking forward to getting back stuck in next week.
Well, Cardiff Uni and your loss is our game, because we get your insight for the match, and you know all too well the threats that Hartpury offer, and all too well how eager Cardiff will be to answer back after defeat in the clash. We're underway with Cardiff in their change strip of black, coming up with the kickoff error immediately from the boots of Hugo Douglas Ventosa, of Nathan Evans, I beg your pardon. And, well, suboptimal start for your boys, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, that's never ideal. Coming out of the change room's been ready to go, but it's just, I suppose, just how we respond now, just making sure we get the scrum solid and backs defend well.
Well, one of the trickiest set pieces in the game to defend, the midfield scrum, and an ideal launch point for this Hartpury side to launch. Smith pops it on, and there's a lot of runners trying to populate that area, and eventually it doesn't even leave the hands of Owen Randall.
It's a good tackle from Billy Moxey.
Dan Cook takes it on, great line out operator, an endless runner, but conceding the penalty. So a breakdown win for Cardiff early. How much has that been spoken about, the battle of the breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, it's been spoken about a lot. Obviously, coming off the game against Met, like, there's a lot of stuff we needed to work on, but is always a huge part of rugby, so it'd be interesting to see like how we adapt tonight. Obviously Hartpury, big pack, aggressive, so it'd be an interesting battle.
First arrows of the night for Toby Peach. Stolen by Liam LaRue. Big South African, wearing 4 for Hartpury, and Will Goffey, the master student, takes things on. Well, Ollie Sterling has caught Douglas Ventosa a bit late there, and then the favours return by Josiah Edwards.
I'm not sure about that challenge, Joe.
Well, no TMOs. No TMOs here. Probably for the benefit for Josiah Edwards, because he has the ball, and then Hartpury are out and almost up to the halfway line. Will Goffey, ever dependable. It's been featuring for the RFC in the Premiership Cup against Premiership billing of late. Didn't play against Saracens at the weekend, so he should be fit and fresh. Felix Gilbert, who is Mr. Dependable in more ways than one, not just the high ball, but just in terms of always making the team sheet. Takes the first aerial challenge nice and smartly.
Chasers, stay on, stay on.
That's a great box kick from Alid.
Really pin tight on the touchline, and I'll tell you what, that's outstanding underneath the chase pressure. Was grappling not just with the defender, but also the touchline.
Looks like Hartpury going to set up an exit of their own.
Well, that is a unique way of building the caterpillar, actually on all fours. I've never seen that before.
I've actually never seen that either. That was weird.
I don't know what training manual that comes out of.
That's the second shot Felix is taking there. Sure, he'll be all right.
Good driving hit, though, on George Shaw. We're going to talk a bit more about George Shaw as the game goes on. We were saying off air, you were saying what a talented player he is, Ireland 20s international.
Yeah, just such a clever line-out operator around the park, like such a dog, sort of player you'd always want in your team. Just guaranteed like a solid performance from every week. great turnover.
Well, from the chase of the rest of the back row, all three of them were there. Moxie, Evans and Sterling. That's an alleyway you don't want to run down with those three at the end of.
Yeah. I could think of more fun things to do on a Wednesday night.
At the moment, breakdown, an area of real competition, but one that Cardiff have used to position themselves with this line out. Just on the doorstep of the Hartpury 22. Nice easy ball to Salah.
That's a good punch.
A little bit laboured, but the carry from Moxie, very strong indeed.
Down. Number 12, high tackle.
I suppose that's that new law coming in, the tackle height. Maybe would have been left last year, but interesting.
Number 12, high.
Yeah, what impact has that tackle height law adjustment had on you guys?
I just think sort of in training, just trying to be hot on it. You know, like a lot of boys, you know, there's obviously some chesty boys in the team who enjoy tackling a bit higher up.
Yeah.
But you just can't risk anything, just cheap penalties to give away, really.
Do you think that the like the psychology around that is genuinely changing now?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I suppose it means like you've got to sort of back your ideas up and make sure you are going low on boys. Obviously, we had like a bit of a CPD on it just to outline the exact reasons, and yeah, I agree with it, to be fair.
Well, from that high tackle, Nathan Evans delivers on the encouragement of the support here to get in the hole, and he strikes it sweetly and registers first points of the match. So Cardiff rewarded for their breakdown work. Cardiff leading Hartpury 3-0. As the kickoff goes to player of the match last week, Ollie Sterling, a product of the London Irish Academy. You know, from the number of players littering the Premiership with that on their CV, that they're generally from pretty good stock if they've worn the London Irish colours and been through that system at academy level. What's he like as a presence? Obviously he's a fresher, he's a young man, you can see what he brings on the field, but in terms of, like, is that a leadership aura around him or anything like that?
Yeah, to be fair, when he came in, obviously turned a few heads being such a big boy, being a fresher, but
take it back into the half.
Yeah, he's a great bloke, really buys in, and he's just a great boy to have on the team.
Well, the kick into space to question mark the blitz defence from Cardiff has taken Hartpury into the 22.
More! Careful, don't lift the leg, 5.
Well, Hartpury need to resource this if they're going to try and get it to floor. They do, but it's on the Cardiff side.
That's a good shot from the Hartpury boys.
Very, very good shot. A couple of red jerseys in there.
Advantage over.
Goffey and Perry working in unison.
I suppose it's a good attacking line out to have for Hartpury now. Then get a good strike play. They might be in some business.
Step out.
Well, here comes the strike play with the inside centre. Yestin Galton just targeting an angle back in towards the line out. The next carry takes Hartpury into the 22. Cam Cobbett.
Don't need to milk that, 9.
Owen Randall. No Oscars being awarded to him for that acting.
Move, Black!
Tyler Harvey.
Okay, he's slowing it down.
Late addition.
Not into the
Eventually
line,
he gets the penalty. Edwards taken low. Looks a slippery character.
Turnover's fine there, back for penalty.
What do you reckon? Take the 3?
Well,
roll. Left,
the flavour,
right, not into
the
9.
flavour's the corner these days, isn't it?
I'll go for it.
There we go. Would you go 3?
Yeah, to be fair, like first visit in the 22, don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, we're going to have a look at the Moorlands.
Okay, that's just off the line.
Last year, when Hartpury came to Clanrumney, it was a hell of a game, but it was the driving maul that was really the undoing of Cardiff, and that is built nicely, and it's got impetus right from the get-go. Winding round the corner, black jerseys beginning to splinter. Where's it going to end up? Across the line, down! Across the line. The adventure into the corner rewarded with an opening try of the match for the visitors. Hartbury into the lead.
Yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. That did look very well drilled. So
yeah,
straight in, no messing around, straight up, and then just formed a pretty solid maul.
It was on the move, wasn't it? Like the second they touched the floor, and it's that kind of oomph that you need at the start to unbalance the defence. Is that something that you guys have identified in the week when building up to this match?
Yeah, so we do pride ourselves on our mauls. You know, I think a few of the boys would be a bit disappointed with that. Obviously, Rory, the forwards coach, might be a bit disappointed with that. Just giving them an easy score, basically, in the corner.
Well, the conversion is added. Just bent inside the right upright. So 7-3 the score. I feel like there's a few points, a few tries in this one. That's the feeling that we're getting in these early exchanges. Edwards.
Better kicker from Nathan too.
Edwards isn't short on power, is he?
No, he, I remember playing against him last year, very powerful ball carrier.
Outside, takes his time.
He's got an uncompromising reputation in defence as well, but showing that power in attack. Good chase from Liam LaRue, the South African, in the white head guard.
Okay, back forward.
Before Tyler Harvey wrestles a Cardiff man to the floor.
That's
opportunity
nice.
Here.
Back.
Judge have gone back. First sighting of the Kenya Sevens international, Eddie Anya.
You wait until he gets the ball in space. It's a very tough man to defend.
Your man, is it?
Yeah.
Take him back in. Wait. Yep.
That's an intelligent kick. Right outside the 22. Has to be taken by Smith. And he claims it smartly.
Okay, 13's in front of the kick. It's back down here. I'm getting a mark. We're not going to rush it. We're not going to rush it. If he's in front of the kick, is where he should have been.
Or Owen Randall.
He's been where he should have been. He's behind the kick.
No relation to Harry Randall.
Offside in front of the kick.
Previously a BUCS Super Rugby winner.
Wasn't sure where the mark was.
With Hartbury. It's like a man who doesn't want to hang around. Bit of a tempo driver for Hartbury.
That's a good kick. That's a really good kick.
I mean, as a forward,
in front.
You're looking at that. And
use the line.
You're thanking your 10.
I mean, from a Cardiff point of view, it's pretty demoralising as well.
Well, they've got questions to answer here. Cardiff. This time, Harbury go to Cobbett. They don't get quite the same drive, but there's more red jerseys pouring in, and it's travelling in one direction, and that is Tri-Town for Hartbury. Devastating driving maul play. 2 visits, 2 drives, 2 tries. Hartbury in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really disappointing. I mean, they've gone to the corner twice, scored twice pretty comfortably, and you don't want that to be a theme for the game. The next one, we need to make sure we really get our rolls right, get a good punch on.
Thanks, Nath.
Hugo Douglas Ventosa being encouraged by the Cardiff Rangers. And he duly delivers the extras.
That was a good kick, to be fair.
Very nice strike of the ball.
Okay.
Obviously all comes from just a cheap penalty given away in the midfield, and next you know Hartpury are down and they've got 7 points on the board.
Okay, he's coming.
14-0 Hartpury lead. We're just pausing while we wait for one of the Hartpury boys to take his time in returning to position. That one's off the side of the boot. You don't want to give it to Corbin Smith in space. Nice fizzed ball. He calls for it back inside before being slotted into touch.
Lads, we got knocked into touch.
Perfectly timed hit from Alad Rees.
We got knock on into touch.
I think the Rangers enjoyed that one.
Okay, line up called.
Front row seats.
Use the yellow line as your mark.
For the supporters club, the Cardiff Rangers, their answer to the Cardiff Met Ultras.
Okay, black in possession.
And under their watchful eye, Tan Cook almost steals it.
Okay, 9 is used.
The Cardiff just about snatched the ball to their side. Smith.
It's a good double shot.
Thank you, 7.
Oh, great hit.
A forklift tackle. Picks up the big South African and dumps him back. And from that pressure, Douglas Ventosa's scrabbling around 20 metres back. Here we go, Sterling just shows and drives on and shows just how strong the big man is. Picked off by Corbin Smith. Sit back, enjoy the show. No one's catching the eagle as he and Hartpury soar to a third. And Cardiff, having shown a bit of promise in attack, gets sucker punched by the Hartpury fullback.
There was no advantage. He's tackled the ball, he took it.
And with the Ventosa kick, it's going to be 21-0 to the visitors.
Yeah, that's a really disappointing score.
No, he's good timing for us.
Obviously being so on top, just a bit eager to get the ball out wide. I'm not sure who passed it, doesn't really matter, but it's just one of those scores which is going to be, you know, it's a 14-point score almost, isn't it?
Thank you.
It was one of those that you could almost kind of see unfolding because of the speed of play from Cardiff, and you'd see the enthusiasm to make the attacking moment count. And with Hartpury under-resourced, Smith gambled, and gamble paid off.
It does look like Hartpury try and bring a lot of line speed in defence as well. I suppose that's a risk you always run playing against a team like that.
The fastest of starts by Hartpury. And they're being helped by some unnecessary errors as well from Cardiff University. Another kick out on the full, that's how we started the match. And conditions for running rugby are going to be challenged now. Heavens have opened.
It's getting pretty wet, isn't it?
We're only too aware of it up here on the gantry, completely uncovered.
Bind!
I think Cardiff, if I'm being honest, just need to maybe just try and get a bit more of a foothold. Maybe play in the right areas, try and send the ball a bit down to Hartpury's, towards more Hartpury's 22.
No, but it's tough though, isn't it? You go behind by 2 converted tries very, very early. You want to make a dent and you want to push it. And you feel like you don't want to take your time. You feel like you need to respond. And that's where the errors, in this case, the intercept opportunity came up for Corbin Smith.
Crouch! Bind!
Okay, we'll play.
Naquan Smith links up with Randall. Smith really just motors into space when he gets the ball and frees up Ollie Holiday, the third year, on the left wing. Big carry.
Drop the height, 8! 8's high, always up here.
Again, just cheap penalties to give away.
Number 8's up here, we need to drop it to those sternum.
So I imagine it's going to be to the corner and they're going to try and set up another drive. So
what's the mentality here? They've gone to the corner twice, they've scored twice, you know what's coming. Are you thinking we need to change our strategy? Are we going to put a man up and try and steal or disrupt?
Yeah, I mean, probably the comms would be sort of just back the process, I think. Maybe the boys might go up, but I can see them just going for the big four again and just trying to disrupt it.
Maul!
Well, the maul's, 9. Yeah, the maul's set up at the tail.
Wait, we've gone sideways.
That's a better defence.
Okay.
It does begin to shift and shape and roll round the corner. Goffey is grappling.
No, thank you.
And while stolen, there was a side entry there.
Number 1 slipped his spine and
just
he came
seems
around.
Visually that there's almost more Hartpury jerseys in there for each time. The Cardiff jersey seems swamped by the efforts.
Yeah, I'm not too
Line
sure.
Is the middle.
It maybe looks a bit like we're hitting, maybe not sticking as much and kind of becoming a bit disconnected. But whatever it is, I think we need to sort it out pretty quickly.
Up to the tail, LaRue off the top, but the throw not on the money. It wasn't fair. So a Hartpury error lets Cardiff off the hook, and that'd be a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I think that's our get out of jail free card, to be honest with you.
More way through.
Crouch! Okay.
Looks like Harbury leaving a lot of space around sort of the back right, so it'd be interesting to see if we can try and exploit that.
They're set where they are, you need to react.
Harbury have got some real pace in that back three. We've already seen Smith's exploits, but Matty Ward on the right wing.
Crouch.
Product of the Falcons Academy.
Bind.
Ollie Holiday.
Set.
And endlessly full of running.
Time off.
So if you are going to kick into the backfield, it's got to be pretty astute.
Okay.
Well, you've got to be pretty sure that you're going to win it back, otherwise you open yourself up to being countered by 3 deadly threats.
The responsibility on you guys to balance. We're not going to hit that hard in the scrum that we always go straight down. It's rest against the opposition, ball comes in. You know your roles, let's go on with it. Yeah. Time back on.
Bringing Cardiff back into this, and you know, we were watching when we were off comms there, and you were saying we've got to score here, and you did.
It's just about getting a max score now, to be honest.
Well, especially when you consider the red zone efficiency of Hartpury. They pretty much delivered every time they've entered that 22 red zone. But buoyed by the Peach try, Cardiff build them all of their own, but from a little bit more range than Hartpury have been doing. It's travelling in the right direction, slowly but surely. And that is a perilous job to be doing in conditions like this. The rain is beginning to pour.
I can imagine a lot of the half-time team talk from the Cardiff, from Swank, would be just about cutting out some errors, because giving them easy penalties, like as we can see, they'll just take it to the corner and just. It's quite hard to defend when a driving ball gets going.
Well, there's a demonstration of things getting that bit more slippery, and errors will creep in, but can we see some Kenyan razzle-dazzle from Eddie Anya? Shows strength as he matadors Edwards away, but unfortunately he had Ward round his ankles already. Time for the forwards to have a roll. Room spotted in the Hartbury backfield.
That's good.
But Corbin Smith, he's protesting to the referee that it came off his ankle, but that is a big territorial and possession win for Cardiff.
Yeah, quite a clever kick from Nathan, to be fair, sort of changing the picture a little bit. Obviously, in these conditions now, it's going to be, I imagine catching the ball is going to be not the easiest thing to do.
Well, he's a emerging 10, Nathan Evans. Second year, but a product of the Sale Academy. And it was always going to be a big transition, the departure of Ed Dunford. Having finally completed his university studies last year. What a player for you guys he was. Oh, that is infuriating for Cardiff. A free kick given away on their scrum put-in in such a dangerous area.
Yeah, it's just that you want to win games like this against teams like Hartbury. You just can't. You just got to win the scrums in your own ball. The take from Max.
Well, the weather is likely going to dictate the amount of kicking that we're going to be exposed to this evening, but Edmund Anya's default isn't to kick. He puts one high and one to compete that is taken by two Hartbury men, but it's LaRue who wheels away. That is a smart kick. Anya catches it off the bounce and finds his opposite man.
Bit lucky with the bounce there. I mean, we can see already, like, the kicking battle's huge, sort of. If I'm being honest, I think Hartbury are probably getting the better of it at the moment. Just need to make sure we win our own ball in the line-out now.
Well, this is character building conditions. It's going to test the skills, and
that's a good line-out.
Those line-out skills are superb as well. Two Hartbury players going up, bookending the jump from George Shaw, but it looks like there's Hartbury tentacles in there, disrupting. Well, it was outstanding work from Cam Cobbett.
I think he was unlucky then not to get the. He was unlucky to give a penalty away.
He's penalised, I think, for swimming, wasn't he? But it looked like he came through the middle. He fought so hard, just wouldn't be shaken off.
I suppose you do need a bit of luck sometimes.
Well, a shout out to the Cardiff Rangers diehards who are on the other side of the pitch to us. Absolutely no cover. There's one brolly between 30 of them.
Yeah, I've got to be honest.
But they're not rewarded by a clean line-out ball. Instead, Scott Davies charges on before the error comes up from George Perry. Up we go again.
It's a good pick-up.
Well, it's worked out well for Cardiff. Max Ashton. It's rather laying in wait. He was waiting for the error. It was pretty smart, actually.
He did well there. Another point in the game where we sort of have to come away with some points here. Obviously turning down the 3 to go to the corner.
At 28-10. And not much remaining of the first half. Cardiff had to hit the mark. Did that hit the referee on the way through?
I think it did, to be fair.
Another let off for Hartpury. Three Cardiff players are lying in wait in the backfield. One of them's Ollie Sterling, who fumbles. But Max Ashton
good feet.
Is on his shoulder, and that's a nice glimpse into his shape-shifting feet.
Looks like we've got a penalty advantage as well.
Double hits coming in from Hartbury.
That's good feet from Gwil.
Just a pick and a drive through around the fringes, and another penalty. More advanced now for Cardiff. They're putting some nice things together. Sterling loses the ball in the contact, but we will come back for that penalty.
I think if we do decide to go to the corner here, the next line-up call's got to be a banker. Maybe front ball might be a good shout. Especially in these conditions.
A lot easier for teams to defend, though, in terms of the driving more when teams go to the front.
True. I mean, and to be fair, Harbury are competing quite hard in the line-out. I just feel like whatever we do, we have to make sure we win this ball and just get a clean setup.
Well, between Dan Cook, Liam LaRue and Cam Cobbett, who is the blind side calling the line-outs, there's a lot of aerial threats.
Oh, for the funny.
Well, a bit of deception secures the ball, but immediately set upon and press ganged over the touchline.
Yeah, it does look like Alex Tyler ate a shot there, to be fair.
You can just see the Hartpury coach, Dan Murphy, behind the back line as well, soaking wet in his black jacket and trademark shorts.
Wearing shorts in this weather is a bit rogue, in my opinion, to be honest.
I don't think he can fit into trousers, unfortunately, for Dan Murphy. So it's his only option, poor old Dan. He's also just feeling the pain a little bit, having recently been on a cycle pretty much the length of the country, raising money for Ed Slater and motor neurone disease.
Oh, fair play.
So he's been out there doing some good fundraising work. If you've got a moment and a spare penny, feel free to search out his Just Giving page and donate full motor neurone disease. And Ed Slater of Gloucester, his old teammate, and a club that Hartpury are very, very closely aligned to.
That's quite impressive, going to the back ball on your own 10-metre line. Fair play.
Well, Max Ashton is really relishing ball in hand. Gets wrapped up in the challenge. The referee's arm twinges to award a penalty, but he doesn't. Billy Moxey takes it forward instead.
That's good hands.
Smart hands. Ashton dances inside before he meets the shoulder of Edwards. Taken to the line. Shaw in there again. But possession coughed up and unceremoniously fly hats across the touchline.
I feel like we've had quite a bit of pressure recently, like the last few minutes, so sort of need to make something of it, whether that's a penalty or just something. Don't think we can afford to overthrow another line out, for example. I have to say the Hartbury's line-out defence has been really good. Not biting too much on the dummies.
I mean, Liam LaRue is a bit of an aerial menace up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's causing us some real problems at the moment.
Tough as teak, Liam LaRue as well. He played much of last season with a broken rib and a broken wrist. But it's just one of those lads who says, tape it up.
Yeah.
So
whatever works for you, I suppose.
So, you know, he's not carrying loads of beef on him. He's quite tall and rangy, but works for him in the line-out, and he's certainly showing up in the contact areas as well. Douglas Ventosa relieves a bit of pressure, and Cardiff and Eddie Anya are lucky to get away with that. So after all of that concerted time in the Hartpury half, Cardiff find themselves defending a line out from their 10-metre line. The last play of the half.
Oh.
Again, that line out just purring despite the conditions. And Douglas Ventosa says, 28-10, enough's enough. We'll take that and we'll head to the sheds. And a wet first half comes to a close, but it's one that has delivered 5 tries, but 4 of them to the visitors, all converted. And at the break, it is Cardiff 10, Hartpury 28.
Away a goal, it's in. Oh, that is a lovely strike. It's crossed to the hole and one.
Welcome to the University of Nottingham. Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. 114 teams from 25 institutions competing across 16 sports, 6 venues.
Here we go. We are underway.
We're now in for the big one. The championship final is coming your way.
Big game then for both of these two teams. Let's see which way it will go.
Welcome to BUCS TV. Has a man down the field, open in the middle of the field. There he goes.
Oh, it might
has already done. What an excellent goal that is.
Here comes Rogers, chops it and puts it down.
Big strike, and that is in the back of the net. The Fletcher end, 14 points to 10.
It's like a right footing all the way in, and that's 1-0.
Wow! Nottingham won it at the death. Gonna go into the end zone again.
But one more time, your champions.
The champions are Nottingham.
The University of Liverpool lift the trophy once again.
What a performance it was today.
And this annual flagship event, marking the 10-year anniversary since the start of BUCS Nationals, always no shortage of colour, drama, excitement and names to watch out for as university students from across the UK battle for glory and bragging rights.
He is powering his way to the wall. Is he going to be enough?
Things are about to heat up a little bit.
They're all coming back in the closing stages. Oh, what a finish that was. It's a new BUCS record. She will take the goal.
Was it ever in doubt? But they're pretty much neck and neck here on this second leg. So tight, shoulder to shoulder. Trying to get alongside.
Looks like it's between these four for the medals.
She's going to bring them home. It's going to be gold.
Shot for shot now, into the finish. Where's this one going to go?
Brunel come home to defend their title.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Especially in London. I've got to all.
So the team's back inside, receiving instructions for what will no doubt be a pretty ferociously competed second half, and one that Cardiff are just about still in the mix for. It was a first half that delivered 5 tries, 4 of them and the bonus point to Hartpury, with their driving maul being undefendable in the opening salvos. It was a case of 2 visits, 2 drives and 2 tries, both converted sweetly from the boots of Hugo Douglas Ventosa. So that was the upfront grunt, and as Cardiff looked to respond, they had a bit of momentum. They were on the front foot, but they didn't legislate for Corbin Smith lurking in their backline shadows. He plucked off an interception and duly coasted in underneath the uprights for try number 3. And it was the same man again, not long after, just bursting across the line from point blank range down the blind side after a 5-metre scrum. And at that stage, it was Cardiff trailing 28 points to 3. But mercifully for them and for us, looking for a competitive match this evening, Toby Peach managed to burrow his way across from Cardiff's very own driving maul on the left-hand side of the field. It gave them a bit of a boost, and for the remainder of the half, time was spent predominantly in the Hartpury half, but a couple of misfiring line-outs put paid to those ambitions to pick up a second try and narrow the gap. And that's why we are fixed at 28 points to 10. In biblical conditions, Tom, I mean, this is tough for any rugby player. It's going to be particularly tough for your side, who are looking to reel in a deficit of 18 points and beyond to try and take the win.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, when I said yes to this, I didn't think it'd be raining quite so much.
Yeah. I mean, you're a good sport. We're sat here like balancing umbrellas and all manner of things up here. I think we're the only people who are still outside, actually, because all the supporters have raced to underneath the awnings here at Llanrumney. But you were talking about errors, and I hope you don't think I'm going to be throwing you under the bus here, but you suggested that that Chris Davies, aka Swank, the Cardiff head coach, will be pretty unhappy about some of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like realistically we haven't actually played too bad. I think our defence, like our first set tackles, have been pretty good. It's just like you look at the tries we've conceded, it's just been like stupid errors we've given away. I mean, if we can cut those out second half, we'll have a good chance. It's just trying to get back in with the first score.
So that first score will be key, and you had your opportunities. You had that time down in the Hartpury 22, and as well as their line-out defence has been and some of their other defensive facets, you really would have wanted to come away with some points, any points from that time.
Yeah, I mean, you want to win games like this. You just can't afford to make mistakes like that. You can't afford to have 10 minutes in opposition's half and just not come away with anything. Especially when you're building quite nicely, sort of to lose a line out or a knock on, it is really demoralising.
Let's talk about the wider picture at Cardiff. Last season, made to the semi-finals. You got some famous victories, defeating Exeter at Sandy Park at their varsity. I don't think anyone's going to forget that Luke Pollock try in a hurry anytime soon. And then come the knockouts to go up to Durham and beat them at Hollowdrift. First time in over 2 years that they've tasted defeat. And you were within a whisker of going to the big dance itself against Exeter. Huge season, and a huge season to be backing up from, bearing in mind that you've lost a number of high quality players as well along the ride across the summer through graduation.
Yeah, like last year there was some class boys like sort of all around the park, especially some key positions. I mean, losing them obviously is going to take an adjustment. To be fair, a lot of them have done pretty well for themselves, which is always nice.
You hope that, you hope so.
Yeah.
We can't keep them forever, sadly.
Like some of those games last year, sort of I made my debut around in that Exeter game at Sandy Park, and like it just doesn't get better than that really.
There's some big games coming up for BUCS Super Rugby. Bath are hosting Cardiff Mets at the Rec, and then it's Exeter at Sandy Park against Durham. What's it like playing in those big stadium games? I mean, like for you, you're obviously buzzing that you're making your debut first and foremost, but then to do it at Sandy Park where Exeter have won premierships and European championships.
Yeah, it's class. Like it just gives you sort of a boost. I mean, like the Cardiff clash last week, for example. Like, I can imagine running out. I haven't actually played them myself, but I can imagine running out to like a crowd and stuff. It sort of feels like more professional standard. Yeah, it's just wicked.
Well, it may not be the Arms Park, but Llanrumney is pretty vocal, and you can see just now the Cardiff Rangers swarming around the spiral staircase that the home side descend here. It's quite an opulent little setup. You've got a big room at the top of the clubhouse and a balcony, and then a spiral staircase outside to descend and be greeted by the home fans. It's quite unique, quite cool. I haven't seen that at other places. Each venue has its own idiosyncrasies. Hollowdrift, where Durham play, running out of the clubhouse, surrounded by a lot of history.
Yeah, it's quite nice in there actually. It's quite spacious, so sort of chilling out before a game. It's good.
Yeah, it reminds me of the final at Six Ways a number of years ago, that I think Durham had the changing rooms and Exeter were just up in a function room. So, you can imagine the scenes there after they won it. But yeah, it was a big function room with tables and chairs, as you said, very spacious, but it's a bit surreal as well.
I do feel bad for those boys standing out here in the rain, like.
Well, we got two teams who are ready, but we got three officials who are dragging their heels. So I hope you don't mind me saying, sir, but from two lads who are stood in the torrential rain up here, let's get a move on.
Yeah.
All to do for Cardiff as Sterling fields a steepling kickoff and is immediately set upon by Edwards and Holiday, and that's the start that Hartpury wanted. Huge pressure put on Sterling. You know, what do you do when you're greeted by a welcoming committee like that?
Take the line. More.
Here come Hartbury. Another try within seconds of the kickoff. A disastrous start for the home side, but Hartbury reasserting their dominance. And once again, just showing the strength of their pack in the tight quarters.
I mean, like, there's not really any other way to put it, but that's probably the worst possible start we could have had to the half. I mean, receiving kick-off and then just going conceding under your post is just not ideal.
You can't hear the rip.
Doesn't look like missing tonight, does he?
Yeah, this time can kick well.
5 tries, all maximised to 7. Hartbury up to 35.
I think Hartbury's 12's playing well as well. Good kicking game.
No. Sire Edwards, pretty solid in defence as well. Cardiff chancing their arm. Advantage being played for the high tackle. And they will have to use the advantage. Right, Tom, you as a Cardiff man, you're out there. Who are you looking to come up with a couple of big plays to put a shot in the arm of the rest of the team?
I think Gwill, sort of last few weeks, his Jacqueline's been he's been getting us out of some situations with his Jacqueline. Be nice to see if we get Eddie on the ball a bit more space. And like just generally like the pack. I just think we need to start when we're mauling, just start getting more bang for our buck from it. To be honest.
They go to the banker at the front, although nothing feels that secure with LaRue throwing his limbs around. Brilliant go forward.
12 is pinning him in. 12 pinned him in.
Now Cardiff are in a good spot to launch a meaningful attack. Juggled initially and then continued to carry. Still driving to the line.
Held up, goal line.
But Hartbury get enough bodies underneath that of Alex Salah to deny him.
Balls come up. Goal line.
You'll be cutting him on that one.
Well, there's an extraordinary carry.
Away 4! No, leave it!
The props joining up in midfield.
Okay, 2 knock-ons. First by Black.
The hit was good, but the ball had already been fumbled. Absolutely lined up by Liam LaRue.
It's just things like that. It's killing us at the minute.
Back up. There we are. I'll see you there. Same for you as well, yeah?
Seconds in! Seconds!
Harbury look like they're set to play a bit here.
Crouch.
Well, they've got a bit of a cushion on the scoreboards. They've got licence to attack from as deep as they like, really.
Straight down. Far side, straight to his knees.
And they're going to get to launch their next attack from, I imagine, a darn sight further up the field. Penalty. Douglas Ventosa in his hands. And missing touch. Well, Hartpury will get it back. And Corbin Smith is demonstrating himself as a pretty tricky man to tackle. Again,
using 9.
The theatrics from Owen Randall does love being intentionally clumsy around a few bodies that are nowhere near the breakdown. Coughed up, in contact, transition for Hartpury. Edwards just squeeze it on one more. The route to Smith, who then fluffs his lines right into the referee. Cardiff again will be relieved. You just worry every time Hartpury get the ball, they look threatening, don't they?
Back 3 looks
that's 2 on my count. That's 2 on my count.
On their ball, he's putting all his weight, and then on our ball.
Okay, I'm going to this side, so I'll take a look. I can only go with the information given on the last round, okay? I'm here. Okay, lads, I'm giving you the gap because we can't do it. So there's you, there's you.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, scrum.
Come on then. Second! Talk to me, Harrods, talk to me.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold it there. Stay up. Okay now.
No! Go! It's him again, sir.
See? Binding. Just keep the long arm bind, not pull down. Yep.
Best possible outcome for your boys there, Tom.
Okay, keep the bind up and not crank. Okay, thanks, Ollie.
This one's yours.
Number 8, sub.
Well, hang on. I nearly took you out, Tom. Nearly knocked off the scaffold.
Keep the bind up and not crank. But that's a reaction of your actions.
Well, LaRue has just been extraordinary at the line out. Safe as houses on his ball. And full of burglaries on the Cardiff ball. And from that, Hartpury fly down the right-hand side. Douglas Ventosa spots some red jerseys. He wants to pin a ball on.
Knock on.
Still Hartpury have it, and they have the advantage from the Ashton knock-on.
High tackle advantage. Drop height.
Penalty advantage now on Will Goffey.
Drop height. Scrum called.
Well, interesting they've gone for the scrum there. You'd think they'd pin it in the corner, wouldn't you?
Just up here.
Yeah, I am surprised they've gone for scrum.
Let's go, lads, let's go. Yeah? Let's go.
A bit of fresh blood and ballast to come on for both sides. Looks like Brandon Jewell in 18 for Hartpury. And Toby Jacobs wearing 17 in the red headguard, who
Crouch
is a sizable human being, just seeing him bound on.
Set. Hold in.
They reckon there's really something about him. Big competitor, and he's battling against a Hartpury 8 on the shove.
Reset. You had the opportunity to use. Hit up to Mark.
And Brandon Jewell wearing 18. He was at Brunel last year. He was actually involved in the playoff game that Leeds Beckett famously or infamously won to stay in BUCS Super Rugby, and Leeds Beckett with their first win of the campaign against Bath today. They did beat Bath, yeah. So some surprising results. Exeter dismantling Loughborough at Loughborough, and at the moment it's another visiting side who are in real command of this one. Hartpury going out the back. Smith hat-trick, never in doubt.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. Like,
volume better, yeah? Volume better?
Yeah, that's so we're making a change, so 14 off.
Okay, yeah, just make it in back play, we'll help you pick it up.
Well, it's tough for these Cardiff backs. The scrum in retreat and a free roll of the dice. And as you've said already, Tom, so many threats, particularly from the back three from Hartbury. And there's no consequences to the way you throw it around. There's a high likelihood that something's going to happen, and Corbin Smith is a man who makes things happen. And Douglas Ventosa, it turns out he is human from the tee. That one not hitting the mark. Still, Hartbury up to 40 points. And Corbin Smith, just to link things in with Eddie Anya, who is, you know, another sparkling attacker who we just haven't caught a glimpse of this evening so far.
Okay, 2 knock-ons.
The Kenyan Sevens player. Corbin Smith was playing for the USA Eagles 20s in the World Rugby Trophy in Nairobi this summer. Very, very impressive. His captain in that, Dominic Bisag, got called up straight to the USA senior squad whilst involved in that competition, and you just think there is that opportunity for youngsters like him to make that leap to the men's senior side. It's often not too far away from being a promising under-20s player, and he's shown that so far with his hat-trick this evening. But for now, it's about Cardiff and their opportunity and whether they can strike. They win the penalty, they tap, they go, they drive on.
Lost it out.
Heavy carry, gets greeted by 2 Hartbury shoulders.
Took him off the ball.
I'm not sure if you mentioned, but Cardiff said add Reese off from Charles on.
Billy Moxey takes Cardiff to within 10 metres. That's a good carry from Salah. Gwillem Evans, the captain, into the 5 metres. It's been a while since Cardiff have enjoyed time in this part of the field.
No, you pulled him.
Black jerseys queuing up out wide. Moxey
ball carrier low.
Buffeted back by 3. Committed defence from Hartbury.
Away 4.
Evans rides 1, spins into 2 more. Good meters made. Quick ball, that's what's needed. Lovely ball out the back. 1 more will do it. It's beautifully worked. Oh. But Max Ashton denied by a forward pass.
Scrum.
Oh, Tom, for a moment, it all lined up nicely.
The information I had was
unfortunate.
Sorry, tight head.
Did well actually there.
So you need to keep the bind up.
It's not easy in these conditions for the ball to just spill out after a carry or a tackle.
Hey, bring in, Pat, bring in.
His binding.
Which one, sorry?
They are tired.
Can you watch that loose as well, because I can't bind onto him. Thank you. Well, that was his ball.
Yeah.
You just hear some scrum chat over the ref
It's what we all tune in for deep down.
Yeah.
Scrum chat.
Your players just getting a bit of treatment. This is right, yeah.
Hit too slow. Hit too slow.
Yeah. You need him for the scrum, though.
Huh?
Need him for the scrum. Huh? You need a second row, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm marking the fiver.
That's you there.
A few of the Cardiff boys unhappy about the Hartpury second row not joining the scrum while getting his lifters done.
Time back on.
Seconds in. Second.
Cardiff. They want to try and pin Harbury back in this position, back in this part of the field.
Set.
Well, that is what you call a purposeful carry.
That's a great carry.
All the way to the 22.
Inside. Take a step. Use. Time in chasers. Ball's there.
Great steal.
Here come Cardiff. Still full of fight. Looking for some width. They finally get it. Inside, outside. Batting away red jerseys. Fizzed ball. That's well held by Salah. Oh, and just when it was on for Van der Venter.
Lost it now.
Cardiff have done well to keep that ball. It's just raining in. Low and hard. Sterling leaves the ball behind. Hartpury in transition. One more pass. Douglas Ventosa.
Hit back by Black. Red ball.
But can't find the inside ball. In a flash, we're right up here in the Cardiff half.
It's all red base.
And look how many replacements are coming on now. Yep. Wholesale changes for Hartpury. With about a quarter of the match to go.
I think that kind of sums up the game for Cardiff so far, sort of building good momentum, like, you know, on top, and then next thing you know, they're down, defender line out by their own 22.
They're just about up, so okay. Yeah, we still got players down a second. Sure, yeah. Time on. Back.
Well, the energy from the replacements is clear to see. Cute little ball over the top, collected by Holiday, almost inside.
Advantage. Okay, we got a knock on and then the ball's bobbing around everywhere, so scrum. Right there it is. Just knock on here for the kick.
Well, the kick did well to avoid pretty much all the Cardiff defenders and Billy Moxie and the two Cardiff physios who were
time off then. Lads, if you want water,
giving him some attention.
You got 18.
What do you think the messaging is out there now for Cardiff?
I think it's just trying to stay in the fight best you can.
Scrum. Yeah.
How much did you take from securing a bonus last week, even in defeat?
Well, yeah, that's actually massive because there's obviously 18 games in a season. If you get 18 bonus points, like that can be a position on the table.
We're there. Pass to you. Tie back on.
Seconds in.
It's scrum.
Seconds. Here we go. Get in, Bob. Top side. See.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
1, 2, 3.
On. Nate, what are you saying? I just got to come this side. Hit the scope. Lads, the scope. Start talking, point the scope. Yeah.
Seconds in. Yeah, seconds. Start in. Yeah. What to do? Sink.
Crouch.
Sink.
Bind. Set.
2, 3, 4 coming in. 2, 3, 4.
Holiday squirms free. Increasingly influential. Casey Williams, the replacement hooker, into the fray. Cam Cobbett round the corner. The waves of the Red Sea roll. And Cobbett again, very, very busy, industrious throughout. Nice feet from Keelan Cullen. Out the back, Cobbett whacked as a hole briefly presented itself. Holiday is really troublesome.
Vantage over.
But he comes up with an error on that occasion. That is a fabulous clearance. And some much needed relief for Cardiff in their defence.
Before sub. For Cardiff. Yep, thank you.
Alex Salah
Just the edge of the line there.
goes off. He's had a good game. He described himself more as a back row, but
Okay, Red.
Cardiff's vision is to be playing more of a dynamic back five game, get sort of back row minded players in the row and in the back row.
Okay, you've left the line out before the ball's thrown. You can't leave the line up the ball is thrown.
Well, there you go. And there Cardiff go. Felix Gilbert into the line, but in these conditions, as soon as you start to travel laterally, it's difficult to stay in field. Looks though like Gilbert's managed to pass it inside off a red jersey, so Cardiff retain possession.
Let's go, Black. Maul. That's once.
Now we go. Now we go. He's done that. Vaccine. Vaccine. Come on.
Lewis Williams. The captain, Evans, tireless in his attempts. George Shaw almost finding enough room.
Okay, yeah, knock on by Red first here.
Well, a bit of fight and life from Cardiff.
No, it's open play because there's no rock front. Yeah.
I think one main difference to Hartpury set piece.
Their set is just laces.
Really well drilled and sort of made it difficult for us to get any sort of momentum.
I'm setting both because you can't set the gap yourself. Dash you well.
It's a testament to the quality of how Hartpury operate as a pack, because you look at You know, your pack, you've got Gwilym Evans, Wales 20s, George Shaw, Irish 20s, Billy Moxey playing in the Welsh Premiership, Ollie Sterling, formerly London Irish. There's real quality in there from you.
Set. Hold it there.
But Hartpury, more than a match at the moment. Right out the back to Anya, who loses his footing.
Away, Reds. I think.
Sterling.
Advantage. Don't push him off the ball.
Well, Finn Charles, who got the bonus point try last week at the Arms Park, wins a penalty as he gets taken out trying to deliver some fast service. He's driven the tempo nicely. And really, Max Ashton Eyes glanced up and he saw 3 red jerseys in front of him there. He didn't want, I don't think he wanted anything to do with that one.
Taking the ball. He can't just roll into the 9th path. He can't roll into the 9th path and obstruct him from getting to the ball quickly. Okay, we need to be better disciplined.
Like, we can go back and forth all day with just pods, but we weren't really getting anywhere. It's a good kick from Nathan. Right on that
They'll tell you if they want to. The line is yours.
Tim Moon wearing 20 is on, Ellis Evans 19. And Moon latches onto that and he propels the pack forward. And finally Cardiff get their reward. His first touch of the ball since coming on seconds ago. Well, sorry Moon family, it wasn't your boy Tim. It was actually James Roberts who conveniently switched jerseys with Tim Moon just before the match. So the man who's known as Chocolate round these parts. Yeah, sure. Showing, a sweet first touch, let's say. As he gets Cardiff's
40 points to 15.
Try.
Yes.
And he gets them
you've got 15 to go, just under.
Into the conversation of a bonus point. 2 more tries required. With 15 minutes to go, you'd think that the prospect of a win is out of reach, but James Roberts and the rest of the bench can bring that sort of impact, then maybe there's a chance. That'll help. Out on the full. So a scrum for Cardiff and the call of confidence.
Good central line there.
Let's go. I'm holding here. I'm holding. Hold top. Yeah, come in. Clean scrum.
It'll be interesting to see what we do here. Stack quite heavy on the right.
Bind. Set.
Hartbury go right into second gear. Cardiff do really well to get the ball away and feed Ashton, who shirks Holiday before he gets lassoed by Edwards. Cardiff keen to keep the ball alive. Tom Kilmartin. Still Kilmartin. Oh, but as he glances up looking for support, the ball slips from his grasp. It's nice work from the man who seems to always find a way forward.
He almost used like the Harbury boys' speed off the line against them. Sort of just took a step back and let them go flying in front of him.
Be quick, yeah. We're not holding.
Seconds in. On the go again.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Keep it up, Black. Okay.
A new boot and a big one at that onto the field in Jack Rees. Well, look at that for a bit of vision. Look at that for a collection at high velocity. Once again, Cardiff penalised for not retreating when the kick is made.
What's called?
And Jack Rees, whose nickname is Goggles because his glasses are so thick, such as the challenges of his eyesight, is squinting and sizing one up from range here.
That's actually fair enough.
That's just the information I've been received from the team and the coaching staff. Well, nothing wrong with his sights on that one. Splits the uprights. And Hartpury just gives their side of the scoreboard a little nudge and add 3 more to the total. Wow, things break out in front of the fans and more bodies pile in. And there's a bit of danger of it bubbling over.
Time out. Let's go back, just back. Just take your players back. No, it's backing up. Back. That way, that way. Go that way. Okay, Ollie, Ollie.
There's a bit of argy. Yeah, they've gone into the fence. There's nothing wrong with that. They've had a bit of argy-bargy, but 20 red has made it 10 times worse by coming in.
Yeah, I agree.
No fist, but he just caused that to...
Okay, so that's a flare. So it's taken into touch by Reds, so the Blacks tackled Reds, and then they scuffled and 20's played up goal. Okay, yeah. Captain. Captain. Okay. First things first, when we tackled into touch, that's the end of it. We don't need to scuffle afterwards. Yeah. Your number 20 is going to come flying in to flare up way more than it needed to be, so the penalty's now against him. The cut ends there now, we've got 10 minutes left. It is, yes. We've got 10 minutes left, we don't need the actions.
I'm not going against him, didn't they do the same, no?
Your 20 instigated the problems. If it's just the 2 players, then it's play on, but not your 20. Okay.
But you know you said when it goes into touch,
yeah, but then your 20's come running in to escalate it further, so back we go. It's on the 15, penalty for you. Penalty against your 20.
So after all that, and despite Scott Davies' protestations, penalty to Cardiff, Geraint Powell, the replacement wearing 20, identified
Red, take the line. On the line.
as the main agitator. So Cardiff, questing for a third. They take the line out crucially. And they move forward. They continue to grind through the gears, hunting for that whitewash and across. There's more than life in this Cardiff side. There's real belief now that a bonus point is in reach.
It is 43-20. About 8 minutes. We're at the time. There we go.
Timed out on the conversion. Bit of bad luck there. You saw the Hartpury chaser come out. You're allowed to do that if the run-up has started, but time had elapsed anyway. So no conversion added. 43-20. The score really, not really of much consequence now. The game is won by Hartbury. It's whether Cardiff can take a bonus. Corbin Smith has had some game, hasn't he? Both sides of the ball. Cardiff allowing it to bounce has certainly helped him.
No.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to have to ask you to have a little think about that and give me a few candidates shortly.
Okay, with the advantage.
Edwards to Smith. Smith already with 3 tries.
Careful! Okay, lads.
The competitiveness has not abated one notch throughout the game. Penalty advantage is being played.
Okay, where the hold on? Sorry? Okay, scrum called.
And a scrum again.
About 5 ago.
I have to say, the selections are kind of baffling me a little bit. Like, I thought now would be when you go for the points. So.
Thank you. Seconds.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Well, there's a bit of movement down the short side. A pick and a go from Powell.
Hold here. Tackle! No hands, 5.
Hartbury would like another. Hartbury would like the opportunity
You pinned him in, he can move.
to hit 50.
Lads, leave it.
Room over the top. They need a good finish. There's plenty of finishes out there, but knocked forwards
Sorry, 16.
in the challenge. So a scrum pretty much back to where we started, but it's a Cardiff put-in. Tom, let's talk man of the match contenders.
I think obviously a lot of the Hartpury boys played quite well, especially the back 3. I think from Cardiff, I think Toby Peacher hooker flying off the line quite a bit.
I can probably look on YouTube quick. I think you sent it to me.
If you were going to ask me for a man of the match now, I'd be inclined to go Corbin Evans. Sorry, Corbin Smith. Obviously 3 tries. I just think he's been solid in the backfield. Like, he just had a really solid game.
I think a few would disagree with you. Few would disagree with you in Corbin Evans. The Hartbury 15 with a hat-trick to take home across the Severn Bridge. Man of the match this evening. And when you look at the conditions that he's achieved that, as torrid as it gets for a fullback, it's a real mark of the performance from the young USA 20 international. So Corbin Smith, player of the match. But this story is not yet quite concluded. Cardiff in search of that try bonus point. They're going to have to go from some range. Tom Kilmartin's usually a pretty good man to get that first go forward. And here he is, zipping off the mark again, slaloming through defenders, setting up one last try for Matty Ward. Created by Corbin, finished by Ward. Glorious counter-attacking rugby at its very finest. And an exclamation mark after this huge statement performance from Hartpury. And this conversion with a chance to end the game with a half century of points. Which he does from the tee. A fabulous kick. And another half century of points conceded by this Cardiff side. It won't make pretty reading in the points difference tally. But is there a bonus point try to deliver? Oh my goodness, it is, and it's the best of the bunch all night. Jack Thomas, the fresher on his first run out at Llanrumney, with a try for the highlights reel, and one that delivers a cherished bonus point for Cardiff University. Wow, that was special.
Yeah, that was. We've seen it a few times in training, sort of stepping through boys, but to do it when he's got 3 Hartpury defenders in front of him, that's a hell of a try. Bet you'd be pleased with that. Straight on the Instagram.
I think if he never scores a BUCS Super Rugby try again, it'd be all right knowing that he's got that one to show his grandkids. Sterling hammered straight from the kickoff. He's been put under real pressure, the young number 8, as has every player in a black jersey. And the pressure continues to be applied. A knock on from the double here. Hartbury's defence finish on top, and so do they. Wretched conditions on a wet night here at Llanrumney, but it's one that Hartpury finish victorious in. They take 5 match points, they take 50 game points back across the Severn Bridge, but Cardiff, with a late wonder try to secure a bonus point, have something to sing about in the sheds after. But its final score here at Llanrumney, Cardiff 27, Hartpury 50. Well, the conditions you see before your eyes belie a match that delivered plenty of tries and a few magic moments from some of the stardust that, while sprinkled on the 4G at Clanrumney, will have been washed away by this biblical weather that we have put up with tonight. It was all about the forwards and all about the driving maul at the start of the game. It was quick fire stuff, it was efficient, it was surgical precision. And that's what got them up and away, Hartpury. They followed that up with 2 Corbin Smith tries. The first an intercept and another just bursting across the line through 2 tackles, showing his explosivity. Cardiff crucially got a try back through Toby Peach to have crumbs of comfort at the half-time break. But come the second, it was the same old story from Hartbury, who delivered a crushing try right from the kickoff. And while Cardiff toiled and left every bead of sweat and showed plenty of grit, the class, the power, the relentlessness of Hartbury told. It was a hat-trick for player of the match, Corbin Smith, who then went on to set up a beauty of a try for his back 3 partner, Ward. But the last say was had by Jack Thomas. A searing solo effort from the replacement back 3 player. And with that, he sealed the bonus point in try-scoring fashion for Cardiff. But it's Hartbury that will finish with the fondest memories of their time in Cardiff. 50 points scored, 5 match points secured, and a mighty performance from the men in red. So all the action here in the WNL and the BSR this evening, but there's more action to come on the streams this season from BUCS, including BUCS Big Wednesday and the Nationals. And after we show you a taste of that, you're going to get a bit of Lauren Smith down pitch side with the winning coach and man of the match, Corbin Smith.
Open in the middle of the field. Shot away a goal, it's in. Oh, that is a lovely strike. It's crossed to the hole and one.
Welcome to the University of Nottingham. Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. 114 teams from 25 institutions competing across 16 sports, 6 venues.
Here we go. We are underway.
We're now in for the big one. The championship final is coming your way.
Big game then for both of these 2 teams. Let's see which way it will go.
Welcome to BUCS TV.
Has a man down the field, open in the middle of the field. There he goes.
Oh, it might go really good. What an excellent goal that is.
Here comes Rogers, chops it and puts it down.
Big strike. And that is in the back of the net. The flags are ready. 14 points to 10.
Let's make a right footing all the way in, and that's 1-0.
Wow! Nottingham won it at the death. Gonna go into the end zone again.
But one more time, your champions.
The champions are Nottingham.
The University will lift the trophy once again.
What a performance it was today.
And this annual flagship event, marking the 10-year anniversary since the start of BUCS Nationals, always no shortage of colour, drama, excitement and names to watch out for as university students from across the UK battle for glory and bragging rights.
He is powering away to the wall. Is he going to be enough?
Things are about to heat up a little bit.
They're all coming back in the closing stages. Oh, what a finish that was. It's a new BUCS record. She will take the goal.
Was it ever in doubt? But they're pretty much neck and neck here on this second leg. So tight, shoulder to shoulder. Trying to get alongside.
Looks like it's between these four for the medals.
She's going to bring them home. It's going to be gold.
Shot for shot now, into the finish. Where's this one going to go?
Brunel come home to defend their title.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Messi in the London. I'll chat to all.
The little pair? Oh yeah, I've got the roller skate part back over there.
The little pair.
Weaver, good job from you. That's character building for you.
Hopefully I'll get to do more.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe next time
But in better conditions, you know.
And I get more than 2 hours notice.
Player of the match, Corbin Smith, hat-trick hero, and now my umbrella holder. Corbin, that was an incredible match. Just the intent from Hartpury University, more than anything, was what really came across. What were you doing in the back, and what were the boys doing to really bring this match to Cardiff?
Yeah, I mean, last week we played Swansea. Didn't have our best performance, still got 5 points, but we knew we wanted to come out firing this match. We wanted to come out right from the out. Second half, we wanted to start off firing, and we did that. Our big boys, you know, they really put on a show. I don't know how many more tries they had, but, you know, they really set us up. You know, game line, and then the backs just played. But, yeah, my mission was pretty simple. Catch the ball in the rain. Don't play around too much because of the conditions, but I think we did pretty well.
That's you not playing around?
Yeah, yeah, that's me not playing around. You'll see in different weeks, hopefully, but, yeah.
Because what was really impressive is you were still willing to try things, especially when the conditions got this bad. We're still seeing like spiral kicks and throws out wide. What gave you that kind of confidence?
Yeah, I mean, we know our backline's super explosive. We got a lot of playmakers, and we got the go forward from our backs coach, and he said, "Boys, just play. Like, you know, we've got the talent, so just back yourselves," and you know, that's what we did.
So you spent your summer in Nairobi. You're part of the USA Eagles under-20 setup and a big part of Hartpury University's ambitions. How do you marry all together in terms of your own journey as a rugby player?
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm from the States, I love rugby. I've always played since I was a kid, so whenever I can play rugby, I'm playing. So didn't get a summer off like some people, but, you know, I loved it. The tour was amazing. I got so much better this summer, learned so much from the tour, so much about myself, and just carry that into Hartpury.
It's obviously bringing the best out of you. Massive congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll save you a job as I call in my next umbrella holder, Dan Murphy. Ooh, thank you. You're a bit taller, aren't you? You said create space, play the ball from anywhere, score tries. Are you a happy coach?
Yeah, we did that. Like Corb said, we got our set piece firing. We scored some more tries, and then once we were in front, we had that opportunity to create the space and go and capitalise and go and get them.
The first half was impeccable. You just starved them a ball. The second half, they definitely came back into the game. In your mind, what kind of happened in that period?
Yeah, if I was Cardiff, there'd be messages going on to how to fix that and a bit of energy shot into the players. So that's always going to happen at half time. But what was impressive from us is how we gained back control. Games do this all the time, ebbs and flows, and it's how you gain back control. And I think our forwards did that very well tonight.
If we're looking at work-ons for the weeks upcoming, feels like from an outside point of view, there aren't masses. Well, yeah, of course. The critical eye of the coach. What are you thinking?
We're scoring tries, which is great.
What you
but
wanted.
Yeah, exactly. That's the third week we've had a bonus point scored against us. So yeah, we're still creating and scoring tries, which is great. We're still leaking tries, but we'll fix that.
A little bit upset about that bonus point.
Yeah. We'll get better.
Glad to hear it. Massive congratulations. I'll let you go and get dry. I can't shake your hands.
that.
That was the most awkward moment ever seen on BUCS Rugby television. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the live stream here in the rain. My name's Lauren Smith. Joe Burns up in commentary. We've had a fab afternoon. I hope you guys have too. We'll see you soon.